Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Path of Exile. Since last time I recorded a full episode which may or may not get uploaded to YouTube off of Twitch. Either way, I did get a level up. I grabbed this Vigor node over here. I collected some waypoints. I found a very awesome two-handed axe that I will likely be switching to as soon as I hit level 49, which will still be quite a while. And I am just going to be repeating that episode because in my haste to begin recording an episode earlier today, I didn't switch from Twitch to local recording, or streaming to Twitch to local recording. The episode kind of looked like crap because the settings weren't set up properly for it. And the end. When I tried to download it, I figured, oh, you know, I'll download it. I have the audio separately. I'll just put the audio on top of it, even though there's already audio. I'll just like go through, sync it all up, so it sounds just, you know, it's lined up. It doesn't sound weird. It turns out the audio format, or audio format, the video format that I downloaded in isn't compatible and just too much work. It's just going to be way easier just to repeat the previous episode. So this might be a bit of a shorter episode, because I'm not going to be cheating in the process of doing this, so to speak, but I kind of already did this, so a little more rushing, perhaps a little more killing stuff. But I do go forth into this episode knowing the answer to a very important question that will be revealed later on in the episode. For now, we just need to find the warehouse sewers. And hopefully by the time that question I was just speaking of comes up, I will remember that it was a question to begin with. In all likelihood, I will forget. But despite that, I'm still not going to say what the question is, just for the sake of being a pain in the ass. Die. All of you just die. Hey, just to touch on this axe again, too. I did it in the previous episode. It's got 4 linked red slots. My armor has 4 linked red slots. This means I can either just move those skill gems over to the weapon and then upgrade my armor, or I can use the weapon and the armor and then have, like, either a nice, powerful, heavy strike gem, for example, for single target attacking, or a second Infernal Blow setup, which, now that I said that again, I realize there's a slight flaw in that plan, but I could have a second Infernal Blow set up with, say, Life Leech and Life Gain on hit on the same skill. So that, like, now, all my health's dropping, well, let me just switch to the one that does more healing. The flaw in that plan is I don't currently have an Infernal Blow gem leveled up at all, so it would be relatively weak. So, yeah. That would be a little tiny bit of a problem. And the last thing I need to touch on that I already talked about was I have been talking about support gems for Enduring Cry for quite a few episodes now, and I never got around to or remembered to look up before I started recording. Or look up any information related to it before I start recording. I think the ideal endgame setup with it will be cast on damage taken support gems. So every time I get hit, but then I believe there's a cooldown on it. So it won't be every time, but every couple seconds when I take damage, I would get, or have Enduring Cry get casted. Or be casted. Be cast. I think be cast, or get, it would be used, and I would get endurance charges, which is a good thing, because I'm lazy and I never keep it up on my own. The problem with that, problem, it's not really a problem, it's just this disappointing fact of life or the game or what have you. The problem is that the first part that's available from a quest is all the way up in Act 3 on Merciless difficulty, so it's going to be a long time before I'm getting that. There is, however, cast on... I want to say melee kill. I believe it is. Or it's cast on kill. It's one of the two. Which would actually be perfect. It's not quite as good as on damage taken, but you know, I take a lot more damage than I do actually killing stuff. But it still will be better than just kind of doing it manually and never actually keeping them up. So that's gonna be quite useful when it comes up. And that's in Act 3 Cruel. So that's actually gonna be pretty soon. Probably not, no, definitely not this episode. Not the next episode, because that's gonna be the Solaris Temple. More likely than not. And the episode after that... possibly. Or no. Is Fixture of Fate Piety, or is that the end quest against Dominus? I don't know. Piety isn't too far off, maybe 3-4 episodes. Dominus is a few more, maybe 5 or 6 episodes. Give or take. Not going to be getting through Act 3 quite as quickly as Act 2. Especially if I can't get any gear upgrades while I'm doing all this. My resistances are still just terrible. It's that reluctance to get rid of old rare equipment. It's like, oh, it's rare. It's so much better than this magic item, even though that's actually not the case sometimes. It's better to lose 2 points of extra fire damage and 1% life leech on attack, or... do I have one with it somewhere? I probably... yeah, I'd be much better... that's a bad example, too. I have no good examples, but... you know, it's better to lose 1 or 2 little piddly old stats you really don't care about, and here I am looking again. It's like everything I'm looking at is actually kind of decent. Like, then again, this is the exception because, you know, that's my only 4 link at the moment. In reality, I'd probably be much better served with an upgraded set of armor, some sort of resistance stat on that armor, and losing... that's actually kind of this is like the holy trinity that's actually 4 things set up. I don't know, whatever. Yay, we got the marketplace waypoint. Do not ignore those 2 other already open waypoints. They're not really there. So yeah, I have no good examples. Basically, my equipment needs some adjustment to better allow me to survive what I'm fighting. So pretty much every time I jump in to kill stuff, my health is like getting low, getting low, getting low. Spam my seething flask, spam, 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 and oh, my health's up and I'm dropping, and oh, good, everything died before they could kill me. That worked out very fortunately for me. You know, I didn't die. Yes, that's what I'm here for. Swap out these rings. I like this too. You know, one of my cold resist rings is 18 mana. I don't have mana. That is completely and utterly useless for me. It doesn't even have a second stat on it, and I know I have a whole bunch of them sitting around in my stash, so they more likely than not would be way better than that. But no, I have what I have. Hey, another level up. Cool. Okay, skill tree. Now, the reason I grabbed this endurance charge node was to get this for the endurance charge duration. It would last 12 seconds or so instead of 10. I didn't realize until after that if I'd grabbed this one, I could have gotten an extra 0.2% life regeneration per second per endurance charge. So currently I would have had 4, so I would have had 0.8% of my health regenerating per second as long as I had endurance charges. Which, math, forget it. Would not hurt to have. So instead, I'm going to have duration, unless I refund that, and then get these. It's like, Rather save the refund points for later. Cancel, spend that point, and we are good to go. I really actually need to hit something with that to get the endurance charges. Not even like a baseline of 1 per cast. See, it's lasting just over 12 seconds, so it's convenient. I don't have to refresh it quite as often. So what do we gotta do? We gotta find the waypoint again, and we gotta find the door to the docks. It's also having to re-record this episode. Also has the nice little side effect of getting some extra experience. And these guys, actually, they are using lightning. I don't know. I must have picked up shock stacks or something. I don't know. That's what you get for zapping with your lightning.
I cannot carry this.
Now I just need to get out of here. I do not have any cold resistance. Well, I have a little bit of cold resistance, I think, from some random pieces of equipment. A whole whopping 26%. Like, yeah, I don't want to mess with a whole bunch of guys shooting ice arrows, frost shots, or whatever. I don't know what the hell they're called. There's an exclamation mark. Or exclamation point, whatever. I have an idea. We're just gonna go to the docks. Or are we? Yeah, no. Yeah, let's just do the docks. Realistically, finding the waypoint is not anything specific, like, you know, spectacularly exciting. It's just basically at a random spot somewhere around the map. You work your way around for a little while, you'll eventually find it. So, me spending 10-15 minutes wandering around the area isn't really going to make it any quicker or help anything. So essentially just wander around the map until you find it. Try not to die in the process and you'll be golden. This would be a bad idea. I believe these guys are using... Oh, yeah, okay. We got these stupid dogs. This is the important question that came up. As you can see, I'm about to die again anyway. First thing, I'm going to go on a little tangent. The docks is a nice area to farm. I believe I covered this earlier in the Act 1 videos. Or Act 1. Normal difficulty videos. Part of the reason that it is so nice and easy to farm is that there is no lightning damage in the area. Can you see what the issue is that we are having at the moment? If you can't, let's just bring this up. Once again, there is no lightning damage in the docks. None of the enemies there use it, and you cannot get lightning or added lightning damage as a mod on a rare mob. So again, can you see the issue here with as things were just now in the docks? If you can't, I'm running around with lightning resist gear. Now do you see the problem? No lightning damage whatsoever. I have lots of lightning resistance and crap all for firing cold. So, the, Yes, it is, right? Okay, yeah. One of the lightning resist rings had plus 8% to all elemental resistances on it. Anyway, these guys, or not these guys, the little dog guys that breathe fire, or cold blue fire stuff. The very important question that I ran into in the previous episode was if they were doing fire or cold damage. It turned out that they are doing fire. The problem is that these guys fire ice shots, so it's like you want both, but the fire from incineration is a lot more painful, so given the choice of the two rather than having to swap rings out for every single other mob, I elect for the fire resist and just cross my fingers for everything else. And like this group, this is not a good group to be fighting. I can kill off a couple before they all manage to surround me, it'll work okay. My health will come back up. Attempt to refresh my endurance charges and fail horribly. Say screw it, jump in the middle of things, spam a couple flasks, and not actually kill anything. Or kill one thing. Not ideal. Anyway. With maxed out resistances, this area is nice to farm for XP. It's good experience, decent sized packs of enemies. Evasive. Ha! My attacks can't be evaded. I think. That's not it. Your hits can't be evaded. Yeah, I knew I had it. Just didn't know where it was. I'm just gonna leap slam over the ledge, skip these guys. Ah, damn it, there's a rare mob in the middle of that whole pack. And I do need to speed up and find this waypoint. There's something in particular I want to do after I find it. So I'm going to be kind of skipping packs of enemies when possible. I desynced. Crap, 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 crap. Keep running. Get back to town, get flask charges, and head back to the docks. Alright, so that appears to be a dead end. I remember at one point or another the waypoint used to be like right here near the entrance somewhere. All I'll do is open that chest.
I cannot carry this.
And opening that chest was worth it. That's going to be a ton of ice arrows, of which I do not have resistances for. Kind of head to a choke point where they can't all see or hit me at the same time. I'm actually standing in the line of fire, quite a few of them, now that I'm looking at it. But for the most part, the pack has been cold. Just finish off the rest of them. Oh look, another exclamation mark. That I am going to ignore. This should be the last arm of the docks. Which means this should be where the waypoint is. Ah, there's Fairgraves. There's the waypoint. Perfect. Oh, hey, look, we're back in the battlefront. And the waypoint is in an area that I just barely walked by, as I came right down along here from what it looks like. Yeah, because we got some stuff killed over there. So essentially, I just missed it popping up on the overhead/minimap. That is where it is. In this particular map. Like I said, if you're looking for it, it's essentially just a matter of roaming around the area and just finding it. It's not in a particular place. Anyway, that's all I had done last time, essentially, except I actually found the waypoint without teleporting to it. What can I say? I'm lazy. That's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Path of Exile. Next time, we will likely be heading into the Solaris Temple. We'll leave the last Platinum boss for another time. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, rate, and/or subscribe, and have a great day.